Now, from the fabled East Course at Oak Hill Country Club, this is EA Sports' continuing coverage of the world of golf. Alongside Frank Novelo, I'm Rich Lerner, and partner, you and I have called a lot of rounds of golf through the years. I know there's always something that piques your interest. How about today?
Rich, every day brings you a chance to do something special. And when we get to sit in this perch, that's what I look for. And I don't want to see the head going down. I want to see that every single shot is a chance to do something special. That could be a chip. Maybe the chip goes in. Maybe it's a 30-footer that goes in. Maybe a drive gets rifled down the fairway. Do something special.
A picture-perfect drive there, and a long one, too. That's right down the heart of this first fairway. Second shot coming up, and we say hello to Iona Stephen.
Just a flick left. 123 is the number, and the pin on the left portion of the green.
It's only the first hole, and the touch, as we can see, is sadly lacking.
Frank, you have to appreciate that. That is excellent technique right there to get right around gimme range. Should help him walk away with just a bogey.
No doubt. This is such a tricky green, too, so that's very well done.
The second hole here at Oak Hill is known as Breather, but don't be fooled by the moniker. This one has some teeth. At 405 yards, it is not overly long, but a tee shot here needs to be precise because the fairway is narrow and lined with bunkers on both sides. Yeah, that's in the fairway, so maybe a chance for a bounce back after that opening bogey. This game not just about length, it's about putting the ball in the right position, and that's what he's done. Really a good opportunity to make a birdie. Let's see what he can do from 87 yards, second shot.
Rich, is that 8 or 9 feet? I don't know about that, but it is a great approach shot.
A chance now to get back to even here at 2. It's for birdie. Beautifully judged right there. It's a birdie 3 here at the second, and he's quickly back to even par. The third here is a long par 3 at 230 yards. It's protected by 2 bunkers left and 2 more short and right. But the biggest concern here is making sure you get enough carry over an aggressive false front, because just about anything that lands in the front third of the green won't be staying there for too long. Boy, that one did not want to slow down at all, and it winds up running right through the green.
And just when I thought the momentum was going in the right direction after that birdie, please don't give it back straight away.
And that's okay, but a little work left for the bogey.
Maybe more than a little, and it is definitely outside the leather.
Yeah, that's a good putt right there. You hate to be sweating those for bogey, but it will indeed be just the one drop shot. On to the fourth now, the only par 5 on this opening 9, and at 615 yards, the longest on the course. It is a stout test. Bunkers and out of bounds loom on the right side of the fairway, with trees running along the left. You can't drive it much better than that. That's the quick pickup of the tee right down the middle. This a little under 10 feet for birdie. Yes, well done there. And back to even par now on the day. The 5th hole here at Oak Hill is entirely new as of a recent renovation. Inspired by the original 6th hole, it checks in at an even 180 yards. 4 bunkers in total ring this plateaued green. If your tee shot doesn't wind up on the putting surface, par becomes a risky proposition at best. And that one wanders off to the right, so time to see if the wedge can save him. And that's not exactly ideal. Far from a tap-in for his par.
You're being too kind. That's not at all ideal.
Okay, birdie streak comes to an end, but it's a good putt there to save par. Now to the 6th, which in fact was the old 5th hole here in years gone by. It's a long par 4 at a full 500 yards. Allen's Creek, which we saw on hole 1, makes an appearance here as well. This is the number 1 handicap hole, so par is a very good score. This one working up the right side. Right around 180 to go for his second. What a nice shot. Right on the green and a pretty easy putt on the way. This from about 10 feet. Yes, nicely done. It's in for birdie, and it's into red figures now at 1 under par. The seventh now is a par 4 at 460 yards. Allen's Creek runs up the right side of the hole before darting directly across the fairway. The approach is a tough one, too. Uphill to one of the more challenging greens on the entire golf course. Well, you can't walk out and drop it any better than that. That is a fine tee shot right there. Walking the course today, let's bring in Nota Begay the third.
142 yards left to the hole, pin sitting on the left half of the green.
That's a good shot, and more importantly, too, a green in regulation, so birdie chance.
That's going to scoot a foot or two by. So we'll finish that off for his par to remain 1 under for the round. The eighth hole checks in at 430 yards. After dealing with narrow landing zones on the previous 2 holes, players here no doubt appreciate a large driving area here at 8. 3 deep greenside bunkers guard against a very large green that can yield a 3-putt if the approach is not accurate.
What a great tee shot. Bisected the fairway beautifully.
Front left hole location here as we await his second to the par 4.
Oh, this is straight at it.
It's a really good line.
Oh, I always knew that was going to be a good shot when it left the club face. What's that, 8 or 9 feet? Excellent shot.
9 feet remaining here for birdie. Not a problem. That's in for birdie. That score moves to 2 under par. The final hole on Oak Hill's front side is this one, the 480-yard 9th. This is a demanding uphill dogleg right featuring a fairway that gets narrower the farther a tee shot travels. Players will want to avoid going right as a tee shot in that direction could lead to being blocked out by trees or worse yet, wind up out of bounds. Beautiful tempo to that swing, and this is going to wind up squarely in the fairway. Frank landed it on the green.
It was never going to stop.
No chance. Not quite on line, and that'll drift a couple feet by. Just a tap in there for par at the 9th. We begin the back 9 here at Oak Hill with a 430-yard par 4 10th. This hole runs somewhat parallel to the first, so that means Allen's Creek is once again an issue, as indeed it crosses the 10th fairway at right about the 300-yard mark.
This is an absolute strike show. 8 of 8, that's as good as it comes. That's Hogan of today.
Pin tucked in the back right here as he readies his second.
It's a solid shot and a green in regulation, but a little away from the band.
Now this for birdie at 10.
And this really is all about visualization. You've got to see the line in your head, pick out a spot, maybe a foot and a half in front of you, and aim for that.
That one just going to sneak on by. So we'll clean that up. It's par. And he'll remain at 2 under for his round. Now to the longest par 3 of the course, the 245-yard 11th. It is said that 2,000 tons of sand were used during renovation of Oak Hill. Plenty of it wound up right here, as large bunkers protect the green that's been raised nearly a foot from its prior location. Boy, this is just way too much club for a front hole location. That was completely overcooked.
Oh boy, far from a good shot that.
Fairly long 25-foot putt here. Not that time. Pretty good effort, but it'll wander a couple of feet by. That's 1 under on the day. The par 4 12th is a visually intimidating one. It's not long by most standards at an even 400 yards, but 2 bunkers have been added in the landing area off the tee, so precision is a key. Yeah, nothing to fault there. Good balance, good follow through, and a good start to this hole. From the fairway, 98 yards remaining for his second.
That's a bit of a head turner, really. That was a green light situation from that distance, and well, far from the best shot I've seen today.
That is crafty right there. A beautiful putt, and the result is a birdie. Now to the 13th, the second par 5 on the course. This one known as the Hill of Fame. This is another of the holes that has been redesigned in recent years and features a brand new green that's faithful to designer Donald Ross's original vision. A plaque dedicated to him on the course features his quote, "Golf should be a pleasure, not a penance." And indeed, a couple of pleasing shots here would lead to a birdie. Now from way back, better than 300 yards, a second to the par 5. Has to be thrilled with that second shot here to the par 5, Frank. Got everything out of that.
Yeah, it did well just to advance the ball so far down the fairway. And now a fairly straightforward third shot.
A birdie opportunity here at 13.
Well, and he's had great conversion on putts like this. Even when he's not close to the hole, he's left himself with very makeable opportunities.
Oh man, the speed was spot on. A good putt, but nothing to show for it. So we'll finish that off. It's a par, and his score will stay at -2. We turn southward as we arrive at the 320-yard par 4 14. This one's known as Bunker Hill, and for good reason. A total of 6 bunkers needing to be navigated from tee to green. This is maybe the biggest risk-reward hole on the entire course. And that one gonna wind up in the bunker. After a big drive, he'll dig in for a second out of the sand. Okay, a good out, and that's what will remain for birdie. Yes, a good look at that one all the way in. It's a birdie to push that score to 3 under for the round. Reshaped to fit the look and feel of the original Donald Ross design is this gem, the par 3 15. Even with a short iron in hand, this is an intimidating tee shot as players will need to locate this plateaued postage stamp green or suffer the consequences. Okay, safely aboard. 10-foot putt left. Ah, yes, well done. It's birdie to move to 4 under now on the day. The final 3-hole stretch here at Oak Hill's East Course begins with the 460-yard par 4 16. It's been opened up recently with trees removed down the right side, but in their place, a couple of bunkers that need to be avoided at all costs. This one started up the right side. Be a little disappointed with that because it lands in the rough and it appears to be fairly thick over there. Ball appears to be sitting up here in the rough at the 16th hole. Decent lie, but you just won't be able to get it to spin. See what he can do now with this, his second shot. Nah, just caught it fat out of the rough. Never had a chance of reaching, and now it is time to regroup and try to escape with a par.
And that flop shot was actually a little bit of a flop. Comes up way short.
Okay, it won't be a third straight birdie, but it is a fine putt there to save par. Up next comes a test in the par 4 17th hole at 500 yards. This is a par 5 for the members, but for the pros, it's a long par 4. Tee shots here need to favor the right side because anything left can run right through the fairway and take away any hopes of reaching the green in regulation.
One of the best swings of the day. Just unlucky, really. That last bounce kicked it into the first cut.
So now from just into that first cut, he'll ready his approach to this par 4. Didn't check, Frank.
Yeah, just not enough spin on that, really. I mean, that almost like took that first bounce and just ricocheted forward.
So this will be a par as he stays at -4. The 18th hole here at Oak Hill's East Course is everything you want in a finishing hole. A par 4 at 490 yards. It's a gentle dogleg right with 3 bunkers added to give those trying to cut the corner something to think about. From there, it's a classic finishing approach shot to a green protected by 4 bunkers and watched over by the classic Tudor clubhouse above. Boy, the rhythm is definitely there today. Another wonderful tee shot.
It's a 180-yard shot, his second.
Well, not as close to the pin as you'd like, but when you find greens in regulation on a regular basis, you're going to have a chance. Okay, a good putt for his par here at the 18th green. And that will finish off a sterling 66.
Well, that about wraps things up for us here today. I'd like to thank my partner, Frank Nobilo. Enjoyed it, Frank.
Certainly did, Rich. Once again, the golf course provided more than a stern test.
And for the entire team, I'm Rich Lerner. Until next time.